Hello everyone. Today we will learn regarding lymphatic system. In this chapter we will study regarding function of lymphatic system, what is lymphatic system, then components of lymphatic system. These are lymph vessels, central lymphoid tissue, peripheral lymphoid organ, circulating lymphocytes. Then we will see regarding comparison of lymph and blood capillaries, etc. Now, lymphatic system is essentially a drainage system which is accessory to the venous system. Okay, in this diagram you can see lymphatic system which is accessory to the venous system, arteries, capillaries, lymph capillaries, veins, and lymphatic duct. Lymphatic system is essentially drainage of system which is accessory to the venous system. Most of the tissue fluid formed at the arterial end of the capillaries is absorbed back into the blood by the venous ends of the capillaries and postcapillary venules. The rest of the tissue fluids, that is 10 to 20%, is absorbed by the lymphatics, which begins blindly in the tissue spaces. It is important to note that the larger particles, that is proteins and particulate matter, can be removed from the tissue fluid only by the lymphatics. Therefore, the lymphatic system may be regarded as a drainage system of coarse type, whereas the venous system is regarded as a drainage system of fine type. Okay, lymphatic coarse type and venous is a fine drainage system. Okay, certain parts of lymphatic system, lymphoreticular organs, however, are chiefly involved in phagocytosis, rising immune responses, and contributing to cell populations of the blood and lymph. The tissue fluid following in the lymphatics is called lymph. Okay, what is lymph? The tissue fluid flowing in the tissue fluid flowing in the lymphatics is called lymph. It passes through the, also we have seen lymphatic vessels in anatomical terminology. So once again revising, it passes through the fibers, lymph nodes, and plays in course of lymphatics and finally drains into the venous bloods. Lymph from most of the tissue is clear and colorless, but the lymph from small intestine is milky white due to absorption of fat. Okay, lymph from small intestine is milky and white or white due to absorption of fat. The intestinal milky lymph is called chyle and lymph vessels the lacteals. Okay. Now we will see regarding components of lymphatic system. The lymphatic system comprises the lymph vessels, central lymphoid tissue, peripheral lymphoid organs, circulating lymphocytes. Okay, 4 components: lymph vessels, central lymphoid tissue, peripheral lymphoid organs, and circulating lymphocytes. LCPC. First, lymph vessels. The lymph capillaries begin blindly in the tissue spaces and form intricate network. The caliber is greater and less regular than that of blood capillaries, and their endothelial wall is permeable to substance of much greater molecular size. Okay, their caliber is greater and less regular than that of blood capillaries, and their endothelial wall is permeable to substance of much greater molecular size. Relations of lymphatic and circulatory systems: venous system, blood capillaries, heart, arterial system. First you can see lymphatic duct, then lymphatic trunk, then lymph node. It may be, its size may be varies from peanut to large. Okay, lymph duct, then lymph trunk, then lymph node, then it will form lymphatic system, lymphatic collecting vessels with valves. In green color you can see arrow marking. Then lymph capillary tissue fluid become lymph, loose connective tissue around the capillaries, blood capillaries, arterial systems. Okay, this was the diagram related with regarding with relation of lymphatic system and circulatory system. Again this diagram show the lymphatic green color lymphatic system. Okay, lymph capillaries are absent from the cellular structures like brain, spinal cord, splenic pulp and bone marrow. Okay, you should remember this. Lymph capillaries are absent from cellular structures like brain, spinal cord, splenic pulp and bone marrow. Okay, lymph capillaries have been compared to the blood capillaries in a table. Comparison of lymph vessels and blood capillaries. Okay, lymph capillaries and blood capillaries. First, its color. It is lymph capillaries are colorless, difficult to observe. Okay, then blood capillaries are reddish in color, easy to observe, blind, close at the tip, join at the arterioles at one end and the venules at another end. Third one, lymph capillaries are wider than blood capillaries. Blood capillaries narrower than the lymph capillaries. Lymph capillaries wall consist of thin endothelium and poorly developed basement membrane, whereas blood capillaries wall consist of normal endothelium and basement membrane. Lymph capillaries contain colorless lymph, whereas blood capillaries contain red blood. Lymph capillaries have relatively low pressure and blood capillaries have relatively high pressure. Lymph capillaries absorb tissue fluid from intercellular spaces, whereas blood capillaries add tissue fluid to intercellular spaces. Okay, these 7 top points you have to remember of comparison of lymph capillaries with blood capillaries. Its color, then thickness, diameter, etc. Okay. The lymph capillaries join to form lymphatics, which are superficial and deep lymphatics. The superficial lymphatics accompany veins, while the deep lymphatics accompany arteries. The lymph passes through filters or barriers of the regional lymph nodes, which trap the particulate matter. The filter lymph passes through the larger lymphatics and is eventually collected into two large trunks, the thoracic duct and right lymphatic duct. Okay, into two large trunks, thoracic duct and right lymphatic duct, which pour their lymph into the brachiocephalic vein. Okay, in this, let me see you in diagram. This diagram show area of drainage by thoracic duct and right lymphatic duct. Okay, in right side you can see drainage by right lymphatic duct, in left side by thoracic duct, cisterna chyli of thoracic duct, left they open into brachiocephalic vein, right lymphatic duct, right internal jugular vein, right subclavian vein, whereas left jugular vein, thoracic duct drains into subclavian vein and left subclavian vein. Okay. In short, right side, right thoracic duct, right internal jugular, right subclavian, right lymphatic duct. Left internal jugular, left subclavian, and thoracic duct drains into subclavian vein. Okay. Thoracic duct drains the lower limbs, abdomen, left half of thorax, head and neck, left upper limb, right lymphatic duct. Then right lymphatic duct drains right halves of thorax, neck, neck and right upper limb. Okay. Thoracic duct drains in the lower limb, abdomen, left halves of thorax, head, neck. Okay. In this diagram, yellow color, you can see thoracic duct drainage, lower limb, head, neck, and on left side. Whereas right lymphatic duct drains into right halves of thorax, head, neck, and right upper limb. Okay. Purple color, you can see drainage of right thoracic duct, right lymphatic duct, upper limb, right upper limb, head, neck. The lymphatics anastomose freely with their neighbors of the same side as well as of the opposite sides. Larger lymphatics are supplied with their vasa vasorum and are accompanied by plexus of fine blood vessels which form red streaks seen in lymphadenitis. Okay. Now, central lymphoid tissue. Central lymphoid tissue comprise bone marrow and thymus. All pluripotent lymphoid stem cells are initially produced by bone marrow except during early fetal life when these are produced by liver and spleen. Okay. Central lymphoid tissue comprise bone marrow and thymus. Okay. All pluripotent lymphoid stem cells are initially produced by bone marrow except during the early fetal life when these are produced by liver and spleen. That you have to remember. Now, the stem cells undergo differentiation in central lymphoid tissue so that the lymphocytes become competent defensive elements of immune system. The stem cells undergo differentiation in central lymphoid tissue so that the lymphocytes become competent defensive elements of immune system. Bone marrow helps differentiation of the committed B lymphocytes which are capable of synthesizing antibodies after getting transformed into plasma cells. Bone marrow helps in differentiation of committed B lymphocytes. Okay. In birds, B cells are differentiated in wall of the bursa of Fabricius hindgut diverticulum that we will see in embryology. Hindgut, midgut, okay, foregut. Okay, in birds, B cells are differentiated in the wall of the bursa of Fabricius hindgut diverticulum. Thymus helps a differentiation of immunologically competent but uncommitted T lymphocytes. 10% of thymic population which are long lived join the circulating pool of lymphocytes and populate the thymus dependent areas of lymph nodes and other peripheral lymphoid organs. Okay, in short, thymus helps in differentiation of immunological competent but uncommitted by T lymphocytes. Okay, which are long lived and join the circulating pool of lymphocytes. T cells, being uncommitted, can react to a wide range of foreign antigenic stimuli. Okay, that you know. T cells being uncommitted can react to a wide range of foreign antigenic stimuli. This respond by cytotoxic cell killing virus infected cells, neoplastic cells, fungi, tissue grafts, etc. Okay, this respond by cytotoxic cell killing by arming macrophages and by triggering the large mononuclear cells, killer cells, and the helper activity of B lymphocytes. Okay, in short, T cells helps in differentiation of immunological competent, and T cells bring about being uncommitted can react to a wide range of foreign antigenic stimuli. Okay, killing virus infected cells, neoplastic cells, fungi, tissue grafts, etc. by arming macrophages and by how by triggering the large molecular cells, killer cells, and the helper activity of B lymphocytes. Now, peripheral lymphoid organs. Peripheral lymphoid organs comprise lymph nodes, spleen, endothelial lymphoid tissue. Lymphoid nodules develop in the alimentary and respiratory tract. Peripheral lymphoid organs contain lymph nodes, spleen, endothelial lymphoid tissue. Any part of this may become overactive on appropriate stimulation. In short, it wants to say that it may be active at appropriate stimulation. Spleen, okay, lymphoid tissue, lymph nodes, etc. The progenies of B and T lymphocytes reach these organs where the cells may proliferate and mature into competent cells. The mature lymphocytes join the circulating pool of lymphocytes. Okay, the progenies of B and T lymphocytes reach these organs where the cells may proliferate and mature into competent cells. The mature lymphocytes join in the circulating pool of lymphocytes. Last, fourth one, circulating pool of lymphocytes. Circulating pool of lymphocytes, it means circulating. Okay, name suggests. The pool contains mature progenies of B and T lymphocytes which may be called upon during antigenic emergency. Okay.